stories of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say. It's Stampin' Up and it's our way.
Hey everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and this is the next video in the series. I'm doing the Close to My Heart scrapbooking workshop. It's called Enjoy the Ride. So you can go back and watch my previous video and you will see how to gather all your supplies and what cuts and measurements you need to have. So following this, and then you will also see on my other video of how we've created these two layouts. So we're moving on to project number 2. So for project number 2, let's gather all of our supplies. We'll need 2 sheets of the French vanilla, or if you have your basic white, you can use that. So for layer number 2 for the project, what we need is, just going to go over my instructions. I need in the floral, I've already pre-cut all of these out, so I have these all here. So that is these, and need 2 of those. And then we also need this strip of designer series paper. And then we also needed, from our instructions for project number 2, we need 4 photos that are 3 by 4 and 2 projects that are 4 by 6. So that's your size of the photos that you need. So also for this layer here, we need the strip of this yellow designer series paper. We also need, so that is that one, and then we need 3 by 4, those 2 sheets there as well. So I've got those ones in the designer series paper. And then we also need, for project number 2, we need the yellow strips of cardstock. We need the rosy pink cardstock, and we will need all of the pieces that we had cut out. Then we need, in the Seabrook, we need the 2 3 by 4s, and then in the lime cardstock we need the strip, and we need the 3 by 4 as well. And then I've got this designer series paper as well, and they are the 2 of those for this layout as well. So then what you do is we go over to the project, and this is project, the left page, and then we also have one for the right page. So what I've also done is gone ahead and got all of my elements out, and in this kit, which I really loved, is it says which is for project 2, which was for project 1, and which was for project 3. So you get all of those embellishments out. What I have done is also gone ahead and used my embossing buddy to, so you'll see I'm getting powder off there, and I've put that there because I'd want this raised up. I don't want it actually stuck straight down on my layout. Alright, so let's move my second page out of the way for a second, then we can sort out this paper here. So we need, okay, so we need the yellow strip that is on this page. We need this strip of designer series paper on this page. I've also got a yellow strip. We've also got here one of those, and then we have the these are the 2 pieces. These are what we're mounting our foam on there. Just want to see Alright, so now I've got this designer series paper and it's going under here. This strip of green is going down under here. Then we have that, and I need one of the Seabrooks. So the Seabrook goes into here as well. Done, 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 done. And then we're sitting on top of those our 2 layers here. So that goes onto there like so. That is pretty much the gist of our layout for this page. I'll go through and make sure I've got everything that the instructions sort of say on here. So we need this frame goes down here. This little element is up here. This one is here. The cloud sits under here like that. It just tucks under there. Then we've got this one sitting here. I have the hearts which go just there. This one here. And then across the top going on here is a banner, which is that one, the triangle, and that. Okay. So we're just going to go through all that, and then we also have a little die cut sticker. It says bloom, but we're hiding the bloom and we're just going to have that under there. We've got this little element here which sits just about there. We have a little heart which is sitting up onto the corner of here, and then we also have this sticker piece which is going to go just in here. And then we also have this element here which also sits just under there. Pop that there out of the way. There, you'll get the idea. So we've got all of that. And then we also have this, which is still actually sticky. I've left the sticky on there, and that actually goes in between the 2 of those. And then we have our Love This Day, and that also sits down here. So everything sort of gets pushed up a little bit that way. And we've got Love This Day just sitting here at the end. And then we also have to get a little one of these, and again I'm just going to use my embossing buddy just to get rid of that, and that sits in there under that like so. Alright, so I think I have all of my elements here now on my page, bar my let me just put some powder on that one bugger. That way then we get to see where it all sort of sits. So that sits under there like that. Okay. So that's our layout, and we'll glue that down in a sec. I just want to go through the second page just to make sure that we've got all of our bits on here. Okay, for our second layout, we've got... these are for our mounting of our photos. We've got the yellow strip of paper in here like so. Then we've got this designer series paper here. Then we have the yellow here. Then we have the flowers here like so. Then we have this one down here. Seabrook goes over this side, and this one is here. Okay, I think all of that is on there. And then to finish this off, what we do is grab hold of our embellishments. So this is to go here. This one goes here. It will obviously be cut down. And then I want the this one goes here like that, and then our words go over. Let's put that there for a sec. It's just a little tacky, and then that goes there. Then we have our red sitting here, our stripe one sitting here. Then we have our bubble box coming in here. Then we have our banner on the top, so here. And the green, just move that in a little. And then the triangle coming in here, like that. Then we have, oops, and then we have our You're Wonderful sitting here. Then we have our 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 sitting here. So this needs to go up and on top of those. And that, yep, that. And then we have our Best Day Ever here. And then we have Sunny Days across here. And that is layout number 2. But the first thing we need to do is use our stencils. So the stencils are used on a couple of pieces. And what you're going to do is take the yellow from this. So just carefully pull him out of the way. And I'm also going to pull out the yellow piece from the other layout. Alright, so let's pop these out of the way. And you take these and you also then use, I'm using the leaves, I'm using crushed curry, and I'm also using a blending brush. So I'm just going to take some ink, pop on my stencils, and it doesn't have to be methodical, it doesn't have to be in a pattern, it doesn't have to be, and I want it to be random, light, dark. I'm not tapping off on any of this, so I want it to be a different shading on this. It's probably best to avoid those outer ones, just so that you don't get that defined line of the leaves on the edge of your stencil. So I'm just going to bring that in and just do these ones here. So that is piece number 1, and then we're coming in here and just move on down. And then the third. Nice rough rustic pattern. Give those a clean. Pop that out of the way. And the other one, what you want to do is this one here for the, we're using a light green, or I might go a blue, might use Pool Party for this one. So I'm going to bring in my Pool Party, and I need the other stencil, which has the little flowers all over it, and I'm going to go this way. Oh, they're like clouds. Sorry, they're not really flowers, they're more like clouds. And grab hold of my ink, and again, I'm not too worried about what is tapping off, what is light. I just want that image on there. And that is our little clouds done for that. So give that a wash and then pop these back onto our layers so that we know where they came from. All right, let's get ready to assemble. I'm going to start with the first page of this one. I'll jump this out of the way. All right, back in a sec. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces ready. I'm just going to lift off all of these bits. Just pop those to the side. Those, that. Alright, so when we look at the layout, what we've got here is pretty much in the center is the thin yellow, oh sorry, we're not doing that page, we are doing the first page. Let's do the first page first. Alright, so when we look at this in the center of the layout, we have the green. So I'm going to grab hold of my liquid glue and we're going to pop down in the center, and alright, so we have the center, then we have the strip, which is they call it a zip strip, and we're going to pop that down. Next to it, we're just leaving a little section in between all of those, not too much of a gap, and then following that on with this strip of the daisy paper, and it gets popped onto there too. Okay, so we have our 3 strips there. Then what we're doing is positioning our yellow piece, and the yellow piece is just coming down onto this section here. So, and there we go, making sure that that's even down the bottom, and then our pieces up the top, which we have this piece is going here. Might just gently pull that down a little bit just to give that a little bit more space, and I'm going to take that up a little bit, just want that a little bit more there. Alright, now we take the other 2 pieces of paper. So we have this one, which is sitting here, like so, and then we have this one, which is here. So alright, so they are our bottom layers. Then we have our frame, and the frame is going on, and that sits there, and it is just covering over that. So I'm just going to pop some adhesive here, and that goes just on the side there, and just like that. And again, yeah, as I've said, you can mix and match this. Obviously, we don't have to make it exactly as the layout suggests. There's lots of options with scrapbooking, and that's what we do it for. So I'm going to just do these here up the top, but I will position first just that there, and then that one, just so that I'm getting an idea of where I'm about to put my third layer. So it sits just there. Okay. Pop some adhesive on the back of that. And then just manipulate that around just so that we've got that border going across there like so. All right, so then we have in the side and the side here, and it has made just a little banner shape going there, and that sits there, followed by that. And I just want to position my red on there first, just to make sure that, all right, so that sits there. I've got to, actually it comes down quite a lot further than I thought, so I'm going to bring that one comes down to there. And then that goes there, like so. All right, so these can get glued down. In that goes, just there. And this one I didn't remove. I've also remove the stickiness off this, so I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive onto there, so that goes there like that. And then we need the cloud and this piece, so that's going to sit roughly there. We've got our page coming down here, so that goes onto there, and then we have our other piece of red coming here. Just bring those in ever so slightly, like so. All right, I think that's looks good. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. Like that. All right, so now I can go ahead and glue down my red. Like that. And then the other red piece here. Just going to bring that in. These get mounted down straight away like that because we've going to mount our photos on there. So that goes onto there. And going to glue down the cloud. Cloud just gets tucked in behind here. And this little piece here is getting glued just there, somewhere nice for the date to sit. There we go. And then we have our other bits. This one here I'm not actually going to glue down. I'm going to use a piece of mounting strip, and I want to do that for just on the edge so that it doesn't, I can still slide in my photo when I've printed my photo out. So I'm going to just trim that. And then by placing that down there, it has allowed room for my photo to tuck under and not then glue down any bit else. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals for here. And, whoops, get off. And I'm going to put my flower. Again, just popping that to the side so that it's got room to, I just want that a little closer to him. There you go, so that goes onto there. All right, then I'm going to also just use a little part of the dimensional for this one. I'm going to glue down the heart there. Then we grab hold of some more, I just want a little mounting foam strip for this piece as well. So that goes onto there. And there we go. And this sits here. And then we have these little bits down here. And we have the bloom. So again, just taking small bits of dimensional. I'd like to stick that just at the top there. Glue that onto there. And that just is allowing enough room under that to be able to tuck in my photo. Bring that down, and then again with this one, and I want it to be at the base. So it just tuck into there. Yep. There we go. And then our last one, pop that onto there. And then we have a little flower sitting there. And then we need our words. And Love This Day is going to be sitting just about here. So I'll grab some dimensionals. One, two, and another bit. On there and on there. And this one on here. Alright. And then Love This Day is sitting just there. like so. That is the first one of project number 2. That is that one done. Now to move on to the next one, just grab all of my instructions. I haven't worried too much with the measurements on here and making sure I've measured here. I have literally just eyeballed it. If you do want to make sure that all of your photos are exactly where they've given you, 1 1/8 of an inch by 1 1/8 of an inch is how the gaps have got to be. So if you want to, similar to the last page that we did in the previous video, you can always by all means go and do that. Okay, so let me get all of this off the page. That one's just a little tacky. I don't think I've got that. All right, pop that out of the way. These are for our photos, and again they've been allowed a little bit of a 1/4 inch all the way around so that you've got that mat. So I'm going to pop the 4 of those there. Okay, so like I was saying, if you really want to, you could actually make sure that you come in and down all of the measurements that you wish to do. Pop that all out of the way. All right, so the first part of this layer is we're going to lay this down, and then it will follow on by these pieces and that piece there and that piece up to there. So again, just allowing a nice even border there. All right, so let's first of all start with gluing down the yellow strip. Okay, so the yellow strip goes in and along. Done. Going to add the clouds. There. And then this designer series paper, which is actually not that one, it's this one. So this designer series paper with the sunflowers on the back goes here. Then we have the sunflowers next. And then we have this one. And it proceeds onto there. So just need to move these guys over just a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Move it in. All right. So glue my green piece down on the edge. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, there we go. That goes in to there, making sure it's just even. Then this piece onto here. All right. Okay, so wonderful. Gets glued on, and that goes over here. And then our word bubble. Actually, I'm going to stick the green and red tag on first. Just poke the holes out there. Okay, I'm going to stick this one down first. Like that. And then this one on here. Goes on like that. Then we put the word bubble, and I'm going to raise up my word bubble. So word bubble goes right there. I've raised that up so that when my photo tucks in under there, I've got enough room for that. So that's going to be where that sits. All right, next is my banners. So on the side, glue one, two, and three. Like that. All right, then we have the other photo that comes in and sits about there. So we've got our two photos mounts there ready to go. Then we're going to come down the bottom, and I've got the bloom. Alright, I get this bloom over here, and we'll put some glue on that, and the bloom is going mid-green to here, like so. Then we have these two strips, and this one doesn't need to be as long as this one, so I will just cut that off. And I'm just going to peel away the back side of that because like that. All right. And then some glue. I will just pop down my additional 4 mounts on here. Like put the rest of the photo mounts just so I know where they'll be sort of sitting. And then I'm going to position this, which goes just there, like that. Okay. Best day ever. I'm going to use again a strip of the mounting foam for that because I want it raised up, but again the photo, so I just made sure I put that on the base of my words just so that it sticks onto the end frame. So just flatten that out a bit. Best day ever. And then that will sit here. And then I've got my journaling space, and my journaling space is my little pocket that is actually going just to sit there, and I will do a little bit of journaling on that later on, and it sits there. And then we have sunny days, which is going to sit in the middle here. And I can go ahead and glue my photo mounts down if I want, but I can also go ahead and raise the sunny days up. And then that is my page 2. So they are the 2 layouts for this one. So let me just pop that to the side so you can see both double page layouts. And of course you don't have to do double page layouts, you can just do one layout. I know that in my scrapbooking I don't always have enough photos, or I have just a random photo that I'd like to just have one feature as the element on there as well. So lots of different options there. Really liking this kit. I'm hoping that Stampin' Up! Actually do keep going with this. This is great. So hope you like that. And like I said, for all the measurements, just go back and see a few of my previous videos. Okay, see you then. Bye.